Hello, everyone. Welcome to your Flow Through the Chakras, a Sacral Chakra flow. So today we're going to just be moving into our hips, a bit of movement in our lower back, and just really enjoying some space that we're creating in those areas that tend to get quite tight. So yeah, let's get into this. I'm going to have you sitting down comfortably. You can sit on a cushion, a bolster, or just on the floor. We're going to take our hands into a bit of a diamond shape and let that rest into the space just below your navel. Let the thumbs touch, let your elbows relax against you. Closing your eyes and noticing the flow of your breathing. Maybe deepening the flow of the breath, allowing the belly to rise against your hands and fall gently away from them. Just allowing this to be really easy without any kind of rigidity. I think we get into a bit of trouble when we establish rigidity in our sacral chakra and in the work that surrounds this chakra, this energy center. This is a space where we need to be soft and cultivate freedom and creativity, and to embrace our ability to express ourselves from this space. And that is allowing ourselves to say what it is that we want, when we want it, what it is that we don't want, and affirming those boundaries with our actions. And if you're like me, you've occasionally sent mixed signals. No, I don't want that, but okay, fine. So stepping into this space here, allowing ourselves to be really affirmed and centered in the freedom that we can create from cultivating sacral chakra awareness. Another deep breath in and out. You can start to use your Ujjayi breath here, and underneath your palms, I'd love for you to begin to visualize a glowing orange light or an amber jewel just there beneath your hands or in that diamond space that the thumbs are creating. And watch that light glow and blossom and expand, radiating from this powerful space. And if you feel like adding your seed sound to this, if you feel like a chant is good for you, the sound is VAM, V-A-M. And the way that I remember this is the sacral chakra is obviously a kind of a sexy place. And so I think of va-va-va-voom. Just a bit silly, but it helps me to remember that the sound is VAM, va-voom. So taking a deep breath in. Just empty out. And a big inhale again. And empty everything out. And one more big breath in. Coming back to that deep Ujjayi flow of the breath. Feeling very aware of this space, awakening this space. And any affirmations that you want to hold throughout this practice, go with it. I value my desires. I honor my creativity. I am divinely sexual, creative, and powerful. I affirm my boundaries. I honor them with my actions. Anything like that is perfect. Blinking our eyes open. Let's bring our feet back behind us. We're going to come up to all fours. I'd love for you to keep the imagery of that glowing orange light. I'm wearing orange pants to remind you. So we're going to set our palms below shoulders, our knees below our hips, and the tops of our feet can rest on the earth. And as we breathe in, we can curve our tailbone to the sky and just think about aiming that sacral chakra more back behind you. Pull your heart forwards, lift the gaze, feel the stretch. And then use your exhale to round that sacral chakra in, like you're shining that light forwards and upwards as you press into palms, open the back of your heart. And again, inhale, point the star, that light of that sacral chakra back. And extend your heart forwards, lift the gaze. And exhale, round the sacral chakra forwards, press into your palms, scoop up to open the back of your heart. One more time, please. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming into neutral spine, extending your right leg long and back. As you exhale, bend the knees, start rolling that right hip back. If you want to just come to fingertips with the right hand, maybe taking your gaze up if you like. Inhale, realign, sole the foot towards the sky. And then exhale again, roll that hip back, just like we do when we're standing in three-legged dog, that kind of energy action. Inhale. Realign. One more time. Think about that spotlight of your sacral chakra just pointing out to the side of the room, to the left, the right side. And inhale, realign, extend the leg. And exhale, knee to nose, rounding up through your spine, and then stepping the foot through. We're going to bring both hands inside of that right foot, slide the left knee further back. Top of the foot connects to the earth. Come to fingertips with me. Indulge in this deep hip opener. And you can stay with that Vam chant, or even just those affirmations recycling through your mind is really powerful. So this is a very intentional practice. And you're strong and you're worthy. And it's okay to start to decide on the things that you want. I think we tend to have choice fatigue, decision fatigue, and we forget to ask ourselves what it is that we want, especially if we're always trying to service others in our actions, in our mind, in our thoughts, thinking about what others would like above ourselves, which has its place, definitely. As a parent, as a daughter, as a sister, it has its place. As a wife, as a spouse. But don't forget about you. And then coming back to center here, extending the heart forwards, press your left palm into the floor. Now I've got my right knee winging out. I've got my toes pulled back. I'm really trying to get into my hip. If this doesn't feel good, sole of the foot relaxes down to the floor, and just keep that knee more aligned with your body as opposed to it winging out. Let's lift the right palm, press it on top of the right thigh. A little bit of pressure to help your heart spin. And then think about just kind of directing that sacral chakra a little bit more towards the right side of the room. So you're just trying to create a little bit more space. Letting that right hip tip back. Extending through the navel, kind of trying to create this line of energy, this stretch through your body. And then remembering that little mantra, does this feel good? Does this feel good to me? And if it doesn't, come on out of it and go somewhere else. You can rest the palms down. You can take it into pigeon if that's what feels better than this moment. But if it is opening you up, be intuitive in this. If you want to bind, or you want to just pull that top arm back and extend your heart and be expressive, because this is an expressive, creative posture. And practice itself, that the sacral chakra wants us to express ourselves. It wants us to ask for more, to demand more from ourselves. Turn the palm, wrap it around your back. See how it feels. And if it's not good, come out of it. Really try to root down through the heel of that left palm into the earth so we're not sinking. But if it's not good, and if you want to go low, drop on down. Nothing wrong with that. 2 more breaths. One more. And then unravel the hands, press the palms down, walk the feet in, or walk the fingertips in towards you. And I am going to take you into pigeon. So let's just take this right foot across and lay the knee and the shin down. Let that heel come closer to your hip. Roll your sacral chakra down so that the light is shining down upon the earth. And then resting your elbows down as well, if that's comfortable. Or forehead, if you're feeling this, if you want to go right down into that time. And you can agree with me as I move through these affirmations. I honor my desires. I set powerful boundaries and I respect them. I'm not afraid to express what I want and to go after it. I know that I am divinely creative. The way that I express my creativity is unique to me. I honor my sexuality in whatever forms it arises. I own my body and I feel safe within it. If you feel like going a little further here, you can start to lift that left foot off the floor. You can stay down upon this left elbow if you want, or you can come all the way up. But just reaching back with your right hand, maybe catching that foot. You can kick the foot into your hand, or you can pull by bending your elbow, pull that heel closer to you. There is some sacral chakra happening right now. So we've got that hip flexor on the left side starting to open. We've got our hips open through the glutes in this pigeon. We are going for it. I want you to use your intuition and listen to your body. So let your mind's eye just drop right into that sacral chakra and just start, communing with that through the breath, noticing what that beautiful orange light looks like. And if it's calling you to do something, like go ahead and get up into that king pigeon if you want to go there, or if he just wants to dive a little deeper by letting the hips release closer to the floor. Go where it's good. Reminding ourselves that this is about your pleasure. Yeah? This is about you. I'm just staying for another breath. And then releasing that leg. Softly lowering the foot, press into palms. I'm going to bring you down upon your seat. So come onto that right hip, swing the left leg around. Ooh, and then connect the soles of your feet. Grab a hold of the big toes or just the toes themselves. Bend the elbows, pull yourself into a bit of a round spine. You can bring your chin towards your throat, direct your third eye towards your sacral chakra. And the energy centers in your body happening right now. Nothing wrong with that. It's so nice to be reminded of these powerful centers in your body and the way that they can help you and the way that sometimes we disregard them and can heal that. I think it's really powerful to be able to heal ourselves through working with the intention and the energy of our chakra centers, our chakra body, your energy body. And then sliding your hands towards you, rolling up through your back. And no ceremony to this, just sweep those legs back behind you. Come up with me to all fours. Palms below shoulders, knees below hips. As we breathe in, we're going to take the left leg long. And then exhale, bend the knee and roll that hip back. And you can come to fingertips of the left hand. Inhale, realign. And exhale, flex out through the foot so that we're really intentional as we roll back, just shining that light of the sacral chakra to the left side. Inhale, realign. One more time. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale, realign, extend the leg. Exhale, knee towards your nose, rounding up through your spine, and then stepping the foot through. And just making sure our knee is above our heel. Slide your right leg further back. Top of the foot presses into the earth. That's just to take pressure out of your right knee, okay? And let the shin support the leg a little more. And from here, both hands inside the foot. And you can just start to lean that knee out so your palms are below your shoulders so that you're in a really good space where you feel like you can be balanced and centered. And feel free to move that body around here. Give yourself some time to get into this. And if you've got that playlist moving with you, that's always a lovely little thing to have going on. It's a lovely dreamy practice here. And then coming back to stillness when you're ready, extending forwards through your heart, knowing that you can always rest the sole of that left foot down if that's your preference. And we're going to take it into our twist, so just pressing down into the right palm, spiraling your heart more to the left side, placing your left palm to your left knee, just starting to roll that left shoulder blade back. And again, if you want, you can drop right down into that right elbow. I think it's okay for the asymmetry in our body and to allow for that. So if it's good on one side but not good on the other, that's okay. And if you feel like taking that up to that bind, stretching the arm up, maybe pulling the elbow back, allowing your heart to shimmer towards the ceiling. Maybe turning the palm, wrapping it around your back. Letting the hand rest against you. Remind yourself of your mantra that you are powerful, you are creative, you're iridescently in charge. I love just using those different adverbs in there. Why not? That you are divinely sexual, you are divinely creative. It is innate, it is within you. It's something that you're born with, that creativity. And oftentimes we get into this life that we just say, I'm not a creative person. And I don't think any child would ever naturally say that about themselves. And since you are, child you who's just grown up, just over time, right? I really don't think that you would lose any of your creativity. I think we just bury it a bit. It's nice to pull it out again. Beautiful. Let's slowly unravel this, free this left hand down. And draw the hips back a little so that we can toe heel this foot over towards the right side and move into your pigeon. Lay the shin down, slide that right leg further back, melt it down to elbows or forehead. I think it's a really good idea to just think about while we're here, what are some of the boundaries that you're being called to set that you haven't quite established yet? What are the things that you're kind of sending mixed signals to yourself? I think when we confuse our desires, that's when our boundaries get wishy-washy. So let's say I want to lose a bit of weight, and that's me establishing a boundary, right? Of saying, like, I'm going to treat myself better. So that means that I'm not going to do this, or I'm going to, establish more of a eating and exercise kind of program that feels good for me. And then I totally disregard that and start doing something totally different, like develop an addiction to Cinnabon or something like that. Then it starts to become a confused boundary, and part of ourselves is being compromised. So it's not that we need to be regimented, it's just that we need to honor the boundaries so that we can have more pleasure. and deciding what is more pleasurable for you. If something that you're eating or doing is bringing you guilt and shame, which is kind of the negative side of the sacral chakra, it's the shadow side of the sacral chakra, is the guilt and the shame that we feel, then it's not worth it. But if having those Cinnabons, just as an example, makes you feel good and delicious and lovely, then I don't really think it's that bad for you. Actually, on the other hand, it probably is pretty good. So you can stay down here, and if you want to amp this up, start to bend the right knee, reaching back with our left hand. Can we grab that foot if you want to? If you don't want to, then disregard. Tune in to that sacral chakra. Tune into the boundaries that we're creating. Are they serving you? Are you honoring them? Or do they need to be destroyed or reworked, recrafted for something that's better? Something that makes you want to. Something that honors your desires. Your boundaries should honor your desires, not fight against them. If you want to get down, you can. Be intuitive. Think about your body, what it would prefer. And just 2 more breaths here. And 1 more breath. And releasing that leg down slowly with love and care. Press into palms, coming all the way up. Leaning into your left side to swing that right leg around. And coming into Sukhasana. Walking your hands away from you, anchoring your sitting bones into the earth, noticing how open you are. And just taking a moment to bow. Just honoring those desires of yours. I hope that you've enjoyed this week of exploring the sacral chakra. It's been amazing for me. I've really loved just taking the time to step into it. And these videos are always available, and so is the playlist, and so are the guides that I've been uploading as well. Just those image guides. So you can always come back to it anytime you feel like, oh gosh, I just feel like I really could use some sacral chakra energy revamping. Go into it. We're going to take our right arm right up against the right knee and just start to take a little twist here. Breathing in, let your gaze lift. And exhale, bring it down. And the other side, inhale, right arm high. And exhale. And just taking a couple more breaths here. Remembering your mantra. That you honor your desires, your wants, your needs. That you honor your need for pleasure. That is important. That you respect your boundaries. That you feel safe and at home in your body. That you are a beautiful, juicy, creative human. That you are divinely sexual and sexy, and there's nothing wrong with that. And we can start to release some of the shame that we hold around our bodies, sexuality, anything that makes us feel shame, or that there's parts of our bodies that we don't own. And release that as much as we can. And this sacral chakra work will really help you do that. And it doesn't just necessarily need to be your sexual parts. It could be parts like your belly, or, if your back has caused you pain for a long period of time, we can, in some ways, kind of leave our body, or leave that part of our body. So unembody or disembody that part. And it's almost like we don't own it anymore. Like it's just doing its own thing. And it's not part of you anymore. And it's just like a problem that you have to solve. As opposed to it being part of you and worthy of love and worthy of honor and worthy of your respect. And just like a child, just worthy of acknowledgement as being part of you. And when you're ready, slide your hands in towards you, rolling up through your body. Maybe just circling your head around, just noticing how you're feeling. I know this was a very slow, dreamy practice. I hope that's okay with you. And we'll finish up with just bringing our hands to our heart. And we'll just recite those mantras again, and you can just simply agree or repeat after me. I honor my desires. I am divinely creative. I respect my boundaries. I take ownership of my body. I feel safe and at home within my body. I am divinely sexual. The light within me bows to the light within you, and in that I'm certain that we are all one. Namaste.